It
I
was,
believe it.
trust me, man.
Hmm.
We have had some serious nicks and bicks. It has not
Yeah.
been a fun. Yeah, it ain't been the Charlie Willy Wonka and the Fun Factory. But you know what? We make it happen no matter what. It's going down. We on a 30-second countdowner.
Oh, cool. I see it now.
You
Okay.
see it?
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, I should have did it from like I was gonna do it from like 30 minutes. And the crazy part about it is like we're 20 seconds behind what's showing. So 10-second countdown. Silky, silky. All right. What is going on, everybody out there in TV land? We are here today. My name is Eric, and we have our special co-host in the building.
Hi, I'm
Hey.
Haley Zale.
All right. I just want to do one thing before we get ready to get checked in right now. What we're going to do is, Haley, I got a question. I waited exactly the right time because I knew that you couldn't get off the hook. That
Uh-oh.
jersey you're wearing, like today is the Super Bowl. And I'm just saying, the
Hey,
last
I got
time,
school spirit for the
oh
NFL
my
because I usually
gosh,
focus on boxing, So
would
I grew up watching football. My dad was a
oh,
coach. My brother
all
played.
right, all
I
right,
always wanted to play.
all
So
right,
I'm in the game,
all
however I
right.
can be.
Well, I guess everybody out there is probably wondering, is that a Giants jersey she's rocking?
It
Maybe
sure
she's
is.
related to Eli Manning, but that's the last time you've seen that thing. Everybody, we are here live, and today we have the most magnificent show to date. It's going down, and I see the people chiming in already, and I'm trying to pop them onto the screen, but for some reason I can't get to them. There we go. Neil Heard in the building. TSOB shouts out. Special shouts from South Wales. What's up, brother? It's good to see you. We're gonna be doing a prediction in the show shortly, so keep your hats on. For those of you across the pond, it's okay. You know enough about football to take a wild guess at it. Hey, Haley wore a Giants jersey today. Anything's possible. What's going on? Hey, Master. Yeah, man, you humbled me with that one. But
Oh,
how you
France.
doing? Yeah, in the building, right?
Yeah, they're going to be up late tonight
Oh,
watching
yes, they
us and then the
are.
game.
This is Big Ben London. Oh, I love it. What's up, Big Ben? Big Ben London. You must be a Steelers fan. London in the house. Once again, they always represent. I'm moving to London. Next, let's see who else is in the house. Clarence McLean, salute to the chat. Hey, brother, what's good? We're going to get some predictions down here today. We're going to have some great giveaways. We're giving away some cash prizes and all of that good stuff. So y'all better tune in and get it popping with us because today is really official and we are going to get it absolutely. We're going to twist off the bottle top for you. Word. And some trivia. We got to test you guys' IQ. Truth in boxing. You see that, Haley? Truth
Hashtag
in boxing.
way to go, Fleming.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Coach is in the house. Chris Martinez going with the Bucks. Got a couple of bets going on.
All
Well,
right.
all right. Okay. Because, you just don't bet against Brady. Like, even though Mahomes is a real thing, yeah, just don't bet against Brady. He just
Yeah.
has a way of bringing that stuff right out of the freaking Jazu. What is that stuff that they call it? That, not witchcraft, but sort of like that bamboozle, and just things start happening just for the squad, and you just can never underestimate the power of sure ambiance that Brady brings on the field at 43 years old.
He
So
is Superman.
yeah, he is definitely that dude not to bet against. But we are going to get some great things in the conversation today. We're going to start off by tilting our heads for a moment of silence for the late, now, and former great heavyweight champion of the world, Leon Spinks, who's departed from us. to watch from a different level in the sky. So we say that we bow our heads to boxing and the lineage that his family brought. So I can't wait to speak to the first guest who's coming on because his father fought in the Olympics with this
Wow.
man. So respects to the Spinks family who's contributed and
Mhm.
currently still are a very big part of the boxing family. So we tip our hats and say our prayers to the families for their strength and condolences to all of those and the people who followed and loved them because his people are so ingrained in the social media world and they're very
Mhm.
vested in everybody. They are so connected. So that's a good thing to see his days wind down in a good, positive, strong way. I mean, he was so connected and he was really just
Mhm.
visible. So that was a good thing. But he
Yeah.
will be missed.
And with your truths in boxing, it
Yes.
really does. He's a prime example of how, in his elder years, well, I mean, he died pretty young, but he was in Las Vegas and very,
Yeah.
very poor. And he did get his teeth fixed, and he was
Yes.
smiling all the
Yeah,
time. So proud of
absolutely.
those
Is that not
chompers.
yes, is that not
So
crazy? Yeah,
it's amazing,
when he
the
won
spirit.
that championship, he didn't have no teeth. And then he was like, yeah, check me out now.
Mhm.
Check me out now.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
Leon, do what you do. You're still the champ here, man, no matter what. So
Mm.
what's up, everybody? Now, this segment, as we're going in, we're just kind of going to explain some of the things that we're going to do. So we're going to have some sports trivia and I'm going to pop it up on the screen. We start in the sports trivia at 3:30, which is Eastern Standard Time after we speak to Dia Davis, which is the coach of Dustin Poirier just beat Conor McGregor, so he'll be popping on at 3:15. Hopefully, everything's good. Well, he makes it on time, and then we're gonna start this trivia. So you guys will be bulleted some questions. Some of them you'll know. Some of them you might have to Google. But for those of you who get your answers right, and you get a fist dap emoji by your name, you win $25 and a $250 shopping spree on the website. So we'll make sure that we get you guys covered. So the right answers count, making sure you make your answers stand out. So if I'd answer and pop some emojis up there, and I'd be popping some love symbols on the show so we see them, and we're going to have people go right down and tap you. And from there, we will snag your email and send you the cash money through your cash app. So, and we have them all: PayPal, Vimeo, what's your cash app, all of them, everything. What's the other one? The one that's got the purple symbol.
Venmo. Oh,
It got Venmo.
yeah.
I meant.
Venmo.
Did
You
I say?
said
Did
that.
I say? Yeah. And we just gonna make sure
Exactly.
we make sure we got you covered. I take care of my people, right, Haley? I take care of my
Yeah,
people.
you
That's what
sure
I do,
do.
man.
Thank
I
you.
make sure we get it popping. And that's kind of what we're gonna do. We will be covering some fights. We will be taking predictions for the game, and we will have a couple of those trivia questions will be pointed at football just a little bit because nothing supersedes the sport of boxing. Even on this biggest day, it's still the fight show. But we definitely gonna get the energy from you guys. I want to hear where you guys are from. I see I got several other people popping in. There she is, Deb Zell in the building. I see your
Ah,
emoji.
hey, mama.
She is so funny. She's so live. Good to see you, Deb. She got a glove. Hey, it wouldn't be a show if mom wasn't in the building.
I
Mom's in
know.
the
I
building.
haven't spent a Super Bowl with her in ages, so here we
What?
go.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I
Food?
live in New York and they're in
Snuggle,
Michigan. So.
snuggle these sheets. They probably
Yeah.
smell good. The soft pillows at mom's house. Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
You
That's right.
gotta
And the
be out of you.
dogs.
You gotta take the dogs. The
Instead,
dog.
I'm in New York watching the snowfall out my back window.
So bad. So bad. And by the way, you snowed in pretty good up there, right?
Oh yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
I
And
think we've
I've
made our
seen,
quota for 2021.
well, I think what's going on is that's why a lot of people are bouncing in those station wagons and heading south to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm in the moving to Florida group because blah 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 blah, and it is people are like laughing and doing, fishing for crabs, going to get food for the Super Bowl. I saw several of the events going on out there yesterday, as recently, and it's 74, 76. People are out at the, out by the stadium, just getting it in, man. They're having such a great time. So
Are they letting
I
people in the stadium? Do you
I
know?
don't know if the people were in the stadium, they were out around.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot of masks jumping off, but Florida is just, you know, they're not boxed in, and they have so much of the. Your mom's funny. You see what she wrote?
What'd she say? Aw, shucks.
No, they have such a great. It's the energy is so good. It's hard
Yeah.
to be upset when all you see is palm trees and sun and blue aqua water. It's
It's
hard to get
paradise.
upset.
Yeah.
It's so
And all
hard
the
to get
miles and miles of beach. I
just the
mean,
miles and miles of beach and
it's a peninsula,
and the
right?
people are
Huge.
absolutely just such that group is just positive. If you're ever planning on moving to Florida, make sure you join the Florida group. Moving to Florida group. It's absolutely
Cool.
bananas. If you weren't thinking about it, you will be thinking about it, because it's just people are happy just to be there. And the best thing about being where you are comfortable is you feel good just about being in that space, at that
Mm.
place. And that's what's so great about it. People are just happy just to be there. And that's why I think today the Super Bowl. Oh, I can't speak to it right now because it's part of the trivia.
Okay.
Okay. Oh
Give us
gosh,
the
I'm
answers,
so pumped.
Eric.
I'm so pumped. And Haley, you got to keep me on track with everybody. We're doing 15 minutes plugs for everybody. So we got some great fights to talk about that happened and are coming up. I gotta address that Caleb Plant and of course, did you hear about the well, I'll get into it in that segment. I'm so used to just being all over the place sometimes that, to have so much structure is a great thing, but it also makes you work against your grain. And I know that is what time is it here? It's a little bit after 3 p.m. here, Eastern Standard Time. I know out in the UK it's about 8 p.m. I know out in Aussie it's about 3 a.m. But I know out west it's about 12. And seems like my man Otis is probably still in the bed. He's definitely he will be popping in, and I know one of the reasons he's gonna pop in, but he'll be up here about 3:45. Believe me, wink, wink. So everything is going on, and what we're gonna do is really step this thing up. That's why today I decided that we were gonna make sure that we had some really, really good interaction with our people. So it's going to be really fun. We got one of our guys coming on who will be fighting. What's going on? Fun Pop, Funk Boxing. Now that's a cool name. I can't wait to hear that story. I'm gonna have to have you on the show one day.
Bonjour, ça va et toi?
Let me guess, you speak French a little bit.
Un
You
petit
sound,
peu.
oh, just a little bit. Okay.
I lived in Paris the summer of 2010 and visited a bunch of times. So
Okay. Well,
yeah.
all right. Get your
I
French
could show you
swagger
around.
on.
Right?
Okay.
I know. Mhm.
Can't bet against my man Lloyd McClary, School of Boxing. Can't bet against Tom. Nope.
I know he's been. This is what his 10th Super Bowl.
Yeah, 10th Super Bowl. That
Oh
means
shoot!
he's been in
Is
this
that a
league
trivia
every.
question?
No,
Okay, good.
no. But I could have thrown people off. But that means he's been in the Super Bowl an average of every other year.
That's crazy. You're right. Yep.
There's no, the only other sports figure that has a more outstanding record is Bill Russell, who won 11 rings,
Mm,
11 out of
wow.
11. Yeah. So, what's going on, Lloyd? It's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you in the building, man. You brothers doing me proud. I got some fire to share with you. So, great place to visit. Would never want to live there. Yeah, of course. I'm sure you stay somewhere where it's cold, Jerry. Welcome on the Fight Show, Jerry. It's good to see you, brother.
Hi, Jerry.
Yeah, very good. Speak French. Somebody knew. Somebody picked up on that, eh?
Well, I
Somebody picked
mean,
up on that. I see. I see.
Tony
Man,
Zale
you see
fought
the UFC
Marcel
last night?
Cerdan.
Yes, I
So
did. That was crazy.
last night I didn't see it. Was it what
No, my
happened?
man Chris Martinez. Yeah, there was a couple of outstanding knockouts, especially knees to the face. But yeah, he was just. I think Volkov is a little more powerful than people actually have predicted him to be. So he's an absolute because Overbeat's no slouch, but he looked beaten up and very hurt. And that's kind of when you just rely on defense. Boxing, when you start getting strikes like that to the head, and your mom is funny. You strikes to the head like that, and you can't. Jerry says, "Hi, Haley." I told you everybody's gonna look. Everybody look. The fight show symbols over Haley's head, so right over there, so you can check it out. Oh, here's Otis. I see him popping on the thing.
Ah, good.
No, he's hit me on my phone, so it's
Okay.
crazy. But no, it was the level of power and impact that was displayed last night, and Edgar got hurt real. Frankie Edgar is one of the smaller weight classes, Haley, in the UFC.
Mm.
And last night, I mean, he got knee to the face, just 28 seconds knockout. Starch. I'm
In the first
talking,
round?
I'm talking Manny Pacquiao Marquez 4 starch. I'm talking first round. I'm talking starch.
What?
So yeah,
Wow.
that was that was bad. I mean,
Yeah.
you train all camp and you just go out there and just you don't see it coming, and just one of them Tyson nights. You go to Tyson stop people from going to the refrigerator during a pay-per-view event.
Mm.
That was the knock on Mike Tyson. Don't go to the refrigerator, because that was everybody's story. We used to pay $55 back in the day when pay-per-view was jumping off, and Mike Tyson started. It kind of mimics what Conor McGregor and Floyd did, and and Floyd with Pacquiao, $100. That was kind of like the equivalent of what it felt like, because
Mm.
prior to those pay-per-view events, you could get it short circuit, which used to be $25. I'm giving you guys a history lesson out there in the boxing world, but when Tyson started doing what he was doing, it was spectacular. And they wanted to make it box office and straight out of the gate. If you watching a Tyson joint, the cheapest, it was like $49.99, 55 kind of was the kind of tilt point. But guys, and we didn't have DVRs back then.
Right.
So there was no rewinding it.
And no
You know,
Instagram to watch the highlights.
we had the Time Warner cable boxes that the high HBO was on channel 14 when you watched the pay-per-view event. And it was so amazing when you're at someone else's home having a great fight party, and next thing you know, it's just like you're eating food and drinking. So you're gonna get
Mm.
thirsty and you're gonna get hungry again, or you're gonna get a little more buzz going on. So you got to go to the refrigerator. Tyson stopped people from not prepping. People started bringing tubs, like literally the kind of tubs that you carry at home and you packing for a picnic.
Oh
People
yeah.
were coming over to, I know my cousin did them, my uncle, I did, through fight parties. People were like, I'm sitting my stuff right here. right next to me. The coolest, nobody's going to the refrigerator. Man, that is insane. But the level of entertainment and energy that
Yeah.
Mike Tyson brought was just off the chain. And I loved every second of it. Somebody just
Mm-hmm.
popped in. That's Otis. Welcome, brother. Get them shades down. Get them. Can you
I
hear
can't hear
me?
you guys.
You can't hear. Get your
Hey,
I
mics
can't
right.
hear you guys.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get you. Get you. All right. Well, get your shit. I
I
hope
could
you're
hear him. Could
joking.
you hear him?
I can hear you. We can hear you. Why you can't hear us?
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
How about now?
That's it.
That's the old Verizon
No.
commercial. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Yeah, yo.
I'm excited for the commercials today. I hope they got creative with this.
The commercials are gonna be.
Yeah.
I saw one that Floyd Mayweather was doing.
Oh.
Yes. For what's a betting company, a company that does bet that gambles online.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
Floyd had it popping up there about betting that. Yeah, that Edgar fight was brutal. Somebody else is popping on. Can you see that one, Haley? I got my camera stuff right in front of him. Barry Suave, it's good to see you, man. Since the last time, how do you feel about the matchup? I can't see.
If it was
Devin
to
Haney
happen,
versus Teofimo Lopez. Also, what
Yeah.
about Israel Adesanya versus John Jones? Well, I'll go ahead and jump in on that one because
Mhm.
I really, really like both of those matchups. I think one of the things that people better realize about Teofimo is Teofimo's already passed the test. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no
Definitely.
questions out about him. The thing about it is when you, I can keep it simple or I can break it down. And
Break it
since,
down.
so that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, just so you know, when it comes down to matchups, the only thing that's relevant when it comes down to how do you look at a fight and simplify, because like I can't wait. Soon our website will have my story on it, and everything that people see, it'll start making total sense. And how I had to learn how to look at a fight because I was pretty decent. It was a natural ability, talent anyway. But when you really eliminate all of the ways you can look at it, just you got 1/100th of a second to make a decision on what and how you're going to approach this thing. So how you go about doing that is, what is the style of the fighter? When you look at Teofimo Lopez, he's a cutie style.
Mm.
And if that's all he was, he wouldn't have been able to beat Lomachenko, because you saw different wrinkles in his arsenal. He was able to throw flurries. He threw more jabs than Lomachenko by a long shot.
Yes. Mhm.
So that's the remnants of being a little larger man than Lomachenko by
Mhm.
2 weight classes. Lomachenko would probably walk around about 138 if he wasn't in shape, 140 right now.
Mm.
But when you stop working out, you can get that density start to spread a little more. Then you look at the ability that he applied that you don't know if he has it, which is allowing himself to throw punches in combinations. Because pot shotters who have a lot of power are not usually in the mindset to throw combinations, period. Floyd didn't throw combinations. Roy Jones didn't throw a lot of combinations. He did flashy stuff, but Teofimo was throwing combinations in 6s and 7s. And that's a very, very good wrinkle. When you look at someone like Devin Haney, who's in there training with elite level boxers and sparring. And when I came up, there were guys who thought that if you could spar with somebody that you could fight with them. But I said, no, the thing about elite fighters is they're in the gym sparring to get ready to fight, not in the gym sparring, trying to win a title and sparring. So when you match those two guys up, Devin Haney will have to deal with a couple of other things and wrinkles that he's not expected to deal with. So right now he does not win that fight unless Teofimo takes off, and Teofimo is not taking off. He has a very large chip on his shoulder. And when a guy has the offensive prowess and he's a cutie meaning he's going to naturally have defense, because cutie style means defense first, set counters up, traps, and all of that good stuff. So once you have that, plus the experience, see, Devin Haney hasn't had that fight that makes him wake up 30% better naturally. See, Teofimo is already 30% better because he's had that match. He beat the guy who was listed pound for pound. Go ahead.
You can kind of relate that to what's going on with the Buccaneers and how bringing in Tom Brady elevated the rest of the team up to his level. You know, it's like once you hit that mark as a boxer, you need to you need people to elevate to reach you. Otherwise, you're not going to learn or grow. You need to keep fighting the next challenger.
Absolutely. And when you think about it, what happens is when you have, what's his face, a person that really has the good boxing style, what's going to happen, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, is Devin Haney is not going to throw enough punches. But Teofimo Lopez knows to throw enough punches, because even with that one-sided first half of the fight, he still only won by a narrow margin. So he knows, and his dad knows, that he has to throw more punches and cut off the ring. And Devin Haney will be getting hit by shots. That's a lot different. He will be escaping, but he won't score enough. It'll remnants Roy Jones Jr. versus Bernard Hopkins 1.
Okay.
He'll figure it out late, but he won't do enough to win. And that's because he hadn't been at that elite. He hadn't gotten those elite level rounds in. So with that being said, Otis, can you hear us? All right, cool. Otis is coming in.
Sorry about that, man. I don't know what was going on. I thought I was going deaf or something.
Well, I hope that ain't the case. I hope that ain't the case. So, young man, Barry Suave asked, did you see the question? How do you feel about the matchup if it was to happen with Haney versus Teofimo Lopez, which is a great question, and John Jones versus Israel Adesanya? If you want to weigh in on the first one, I'll let you take that one, and I'll weigh in on the John Jones Adesanya immediately, because that one deserves some respect on his name. So I'll definitely take it over. What you think, Haney versus?
When you talk about Haney versus Lopez, Devin definitely has a lot of natural ability, a lot of natural talent, a lot of speed. One thing that you said earlier that I was here when I was backstage was that a lot of times guys don't punch, they handcuff themselves. Yeah. And that is exactly what happens, because, you start thinking defense first. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of sophisticated combinations thrown in a world title fight. The best thing that you can throw straight from Parnell Whitaker to me, from ringside, throw the 1-2.
That's it.
The best thing you can throw. Yeah.
Yeah, because
you're limited. You don't want to, especially when you feel like you can get hit. And because of the matchmaking with Devin Haney, that's what a lot of guys have lost nowadays, as far as being brought along the right way. When I was coming up as a prelim fighter, you fought, guys with upside down records. Yeah. Then you moved into future prospect. Then you moved into regional title holder, all the way to the top 10, and then of course elimination bouts. Yeah. Devin has fought, this fad where everybody goes to Mexico and gets 10 wins ever since the Creed movie and everything. That never works out, No. So he had about 15 fights like that. Yeah. A couple fringe contenders, and that's it. So when you look at him jumping in the ring with Lopez, a guy that just, went tooth and nail with Lomachenko and outwitted the fox itself, the desert fox. I see him drowning in the championship rounds.
Yeah. He definitely will. Definitely. And it's not, if you don't understand boxing, you don't really have the true experience in boxing. Like watching boxing ain't like being in boxing. So I equated to this,
Yeah.
Otis, is guys think that they know boxing because they watch boxing. And this is including people like Max Kellerman. And no knock on him, it's just this. Tell me and explain the entire new language you got to learn when you are in a real boxing environment. I'm not talking about stuff they talk about on TV. I'm talking about the real stuff. Those inside your training drill days where you're working on specific things. Somebody might catch some footage of the guy getting beat who's the champ by some no-name sparring partner, and they don't realize, well, the champ, Muhammad Ali, used to allow his partners to get off so he could figure it out. And he had to get it from a lot of different ways. That's why he took the fight with Holmes, because he was like, oh, you think I was giving you the smoke? Now he lost that fight, but the concept's the same. Explain to me what your boxing dictionary sounds like. You get it? Because we learn an entirely different language in the gym than you hear in social media. So all these guys who think, oh, I can jump, I want to box. It's fine. But you're not going to start boxing at 37. You're not going to start boxing at 37. You got to learn the dictionary, the encyclopedia. So don't play, because this is real. You will be talking language that you've never heard before. I'm putting up posts. I bet you out of 20 posts, I've had to dumb down the language for 19 of them, outside of the jab, because there's so many different characters that go with the jab and so many different titles for every different jab, every different muscle memory that has to be set in. So Max Kellerman don't know that stuff. Every time he learns a word, and I'm talking about all of them, I use Max name because it's the first one to come to my head. Quick twitches. You call them quick twitchies. Like he heard somebody say that, but you don't understand. You got to have all that stuff. Triple G won't a quick twitchy guy. You know what I'm saying? He was loaded up with that heat, different dexterity in the body. And just because you are loaded with quick twitch muscle does not mean you are going to be dense. And you need to be dense. You know what I'm saying? So heavy bones and that high level of VO2, recuperative powers and stuff like that. So with all that being said, that pressure that a guy like Devin Haney, I'm popping back to that conversation, would have in a fight like that, eventually that quick twitch muscle where he was able to do it with those when he went over to Mexico and stacked them wins. Like, it's okay. If you got to stay active just in the gym, then do it. But rolling dice is what you're doing, because the level of competition also has a requirement with certain muscle memory that you know how to remember how to be in grueling moments and still have a steady jab. That's what you got to think about. So with that being said, hell no, Devin Hannon can't beat Lopez right now. To make it all quick and simple, one phrase. And the next thing is about Jones. Jones is too heavy right now, and Adesanya is waiting like he should. He's a smart man. He knows he needs experience. He knows his body weight is still settling, and he's not going up. He's too smart. His IQ's too high. People thought last year that he should have been fighting him. They don't know anything about fighting. They don't know how long it takes us to move a guy up 7 pounds. Now, you'll move yourself up 7 pounds by going to McDonald's and doubling up on everything for 2 or 3 days. You're up 7 pounds. But a fighter, a fighter.
You know what? I'll piggyback that. Speaking of David Haney, I was talking to his uncle last night, actually. I was speaking to his uncle, and his uncle was talking about Gary Russell Jr., and he was, oh yeah, and Bill got on his head and that he goes, what weight does that guy fight at? Because he came from a lower weight. I'm like, oh yeah, he's like a 126er or so. And then he's like, well, why didn't he take the fight? It ain't nothing for him to bump up to 135. And I said, hey, hold on. I was like, doesn't seem like a lot, but that's why they have weight classes, because just that little bit of pounds or that frame, the frame between Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney is 2 men sizes. You understand what I'm saying? Like Devin Haney could end up being a junior middleghtweight, maybe a middleweight one day as he gets about 30.
He's 5'10". Yeah.
And Gary Russell was maxed out,
Yeah, he's
maybe
like
35.
Yeah, he's like Lomachenko. They not big bone guys, or they're not heavy bone, but they're both quick twitchy guys, but they're not dense. You get it? They're not dense. Like Floyd, quick twitchy guy, not dense. Roy Jones, quick twitchy, but he was dense. Thick in the midsection, heavier bones. He can knock out guys. He can stop heavyweights in their track. He just decided to punch with quick twitch impact.
Kelly Pavitt.
4-inch punches. Kelly Pavitt, heavy bone, swinger. I call him a swinger because he swings. When he hits you, you hit. All right. Shouts out to my man Calvin Sneed, Coach Calvin out in Virginia in the building. Everything's good, brother. It's good to see you on Super Bowl Sunday. We cracking it in and getting that work, baby. That's what it is, man. Special shouts. Hang tight. I got something to show you guys. All my brothers from the School of Boxing. Let me see. Makes sense. Yeah, that's it, man. Barry is these are things that people don't understand. Why every day they go up, it's a different type skill set that I put on the timelines and have these things done because there's so many billions of things that you guys have to learn. It's not just a couple of things. Guys like, yeah, I've been watching your YouTube channel and I know learn boxing. Like, man, you don't even understand the process. The first thing you better not do is rely on that because there's a process that has to be learned. Otis learned on the job and he can speak to it, but he has a high IQ of a real true athlete. And so he could do it. And out of all the people in the world to do it, Otis is in a handful in the history of boxing of guys who learned late and actually won a championship, a world title. You're looking at a historic figure right here to my. That's hot. That's hot. No one's paying attention to the stuff like that, but I don't miss anything. You get it? I don't miss anything to find reverence and being able to get into the sport, which he was able because he was in a state that it was a big deal to get into it, to position himself to get in the right places. This is the story. Probably hadn't even written it this good itself yet. You want me to? I tell you what, you hire me, I'll write it for Google. So when people pull you up, they know your story in a whole different way. Now, what I do is I write like a shut your mouth. You get it? That's what I can do. I can explain things and I can really give you the true prestige that your name needs because you did something that ain't but probably 10 guys in history since God made the planet. You know what I'm saying? Was able to do. Dude, that's a small fraternity. Like that needs to be a ring. When you didn't grow up doing it your entire life and then you do it because we know how hard it is. All these guys who are dreaming, they want to do it. So I ain't gonna keep going, man. I ain't gonna keep going. Let me shut up.
Appreciate it.
Now that's what it is. So you don't think about it because you was on the job, you was working, you grinding, you on your grind. You're like, I need to learn. Joe Frazier, talk to me. You're trying to constantly put in your brain, but you was accomplishing something that no other man can do. I can name one guy who came in late, two, Deontay Wilder and Martinez. Martinez did at middleweight, but you're talking about spectacular athletes. And really nobody from football. So you're like that only guy. From the football, the muscle memory is totally different, man. And it's just it's an entirely different savage package to try to figure this out. So Jamal Charlo versus Canelo. Oh,
I would love to see that matchup.
it's
I
a
love
lot.
the Charlo brothers.
There are a lot. There are a lot of things going on, but now what we're gonna do is get you guys prepped for trivia. Oh my gosh, I'm like 8 minutes late, man. We got to be on the ball with this. So the trivia questions are going to pop up right here, and what you guys have to do is just answer it. And for those of you who get the trivia questions right, you will get a fist dap if you're chosen to win. We will get at least 4 winners. Let me see. First one. And most of you should know this one. There it goes. It's on the screen. Name 3 world champions from Brooklyn, New York. Gosh, I cannot wait to see who does not. Yeah. So I'm going to give, they can, that's the question. Now, everybody understand this. I am not Pat Sajak. So I don't do game shows, but I'm going to give them approximately 60 seconds before I go on to the next. I'll give them an opportunity to Google it, whatever. It don't matter. It's all good fun. We're just here kicking it live on a fight show, making sure that Super Bowl Sunday is worthy of to be approached. Let me see. And I really took time to do this. You know, I did this and there will be like 5 questions. So let me see. I ain't even going to put nobody on the screen, but I told you to make sure that you have your answers really standing out so we can see your answers. And you got to get them all right now. Got to get them all right. Next question. Make sure I shoot it. Name 1 professional football player who boxed. And all of these have the answer. Unlike when I was in school, I never had the answers. Never had the answers. Never had the answers. Had a cheat off test.
Cheat sheet.
Yo, I'm tripping. I got like a ton of questions popping up too. I got to go over here and pull some people up. Haley, can you see somebody? God, I got to give you.
I could see. Yeah, I could see what they're writing.
We got some good ones. We got some answers.
Some good ones.
Do some people have the right answer? I can't see. My screen is so far away from me because I got this big giant Sony in my face.
We have some right answers in here.
All right, good deal. I can't wait to get me a hit them up with the fist emoji.
Yeah. Some that I actually forgot about that are from Brooklyn.
Let me see. I ain't gonna play favoritism. Look at her.
Oh my!
Look at her.
Debzale.
Yeah.
Not who fought in Brooklyn.
No.
Who's from Brooklyn.
Oh my gosh. Fought in Brooklyn. Nice try. Nice try. Next, here we go. Let me see. And what's so awesome about this part is next one. All right. How many years are the 2 starting quarterbacks apart in age? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost very cool. I know.
Good thing we're doing math before happy hour.
Right? No doubt. It's going down. How many years are these 2 quarterbacks apart? Would someone answer, is this the biggest margin in age between 2 starting quarterbacks in the Super Bowl? That's not one of the trivia questions, but
it probably is though, right?
Because we've never had.
Yeah, it's pretty
Tom
cool.
Brady at 43.
There's
an older quarterback.
Montana didn't make it when he was that old.
I think Tom Brady is the oldest other quarterback at 40, turning.
Oldest to ever make it to the Super Bowl. Oh, Kurt Warner. You got Kurt Warner.
Was he 41? Brady's 43.
Yeah. Brady got him beat.
Yeah, nobody else has done that, man. Brady is the GOAT. He's doing that like now. Man, I
Oh,
got some.
what about how old was Drew Brees when he was in the Super Bowl
Drew Brees just
last?
turned 40, like 40. Like, no, he ain't no. And that was in 2000, like 10, 6 or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Next question. All right. What year was the first Super Bowl?
Ooh,
Now,
more math.
yeah. No. Google. No math. No math.
Oh,
Just what
I
year?
got it now.
I didn't say how
I
many
got it.
years ago. Yeah. Get your
What
get your
year?
swing on.
Who was
Yeah.
in it?
Well, I ain't put that in there.
Green Bay and who else?
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
No.
guess.
No.
It
no.
sounds right. It could
What? Who was it? Green Bay, Minnesota?
Kansas City.
Kansas
be.
City.
Was
All right.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
was that when Hank Stram was the coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look
Yeah,
at
that
listen.
makes sense.
Let's check you
Yeah.
out.
Well,
Check
he's
you
from
out.
Gary, Indiana, and
Check
he
you
and
out.
Uncle
Talking
Tony
about
were
some
tight.
Hank.
Hank Stram.
Hammer and Hank.
I met him when I was like 6 years old.
Hammer and Hank.
Let me see. All right. This is a true or false. This is a true or false. Is this the very first time a Super Bowl will be hosted by the home team?
Good one.
Is that not cool?
Now, one of those LA teams had to play in the Super Bowl. I think the Rams have. One of those New York teams had to play in the Super Bowl too, right?
I
Jets or
can't
the
say
Giants?
it. I can't say it. I mean, I'm just listening. Everybody can throw out your idea. Coach Willis in the building. TSOB Canada in the house. What's up, Coach? Let me see you drop some answers on this trivia. Show these boys you know something about some American sports and boxing. Word, Fleming. Oh, I look. Follow the process, muscle memory. These are the things that we live by because Victor Morales,
Yeah, that's the answer to the first trivia question. That's his answer.
we said world champion. Almost.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, Breland was the man, though, in the amateurs, though. He was that dude. I'm just strolling through. Come on, man. Brady Jr. versus Gary Russell Jr. Nobody want look, Shakur Stevens, I don't know. You know, when you ain't got the work, when you haven't been working like Gary Russell Jr. hasn't, my uncle goes over there all the time with them because they're like really, 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 really good people together. And it's very, very unlikely that matchup will happen. But Gary Russell is just not active enough, man. Zab Judah, Teofimo Lopez, and Marciano. Kelvin Sneed,
Yeah,
man, Marciano is not from Brooklyn.
He's not. Why did they should have said the obvious, the most famous Brooklyn guy ever? Who was that?
Was it Marciano? He was trying to set up a training camp in Florida when he died. Oh, he's Massachusetts. Okay.
Yeah.
Him and Hagler.
I'm saying one of my students said that you better know one thing. When you in the school of boxing, you better know your boxing history. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull something hot out on you, buddy.
Yeah, the Manassas Brawler, right?
You owe me 25 push-ups, Kelvin Sneed, coach, Mr. VA. What are you doing? You putting us on Front Street out this piece. Man, get out of town. I'm going to write a song on you, buddy. Ken Norton Jr.? Ken Norton Jr. what? Oh, football. Oh, that was a good one. Dev, all right, you recovered?
Oh, yeah.
You recovered? You recovered a little something. Let me see. Seth Mitchell. Seth was it? Y'all remember Seth Mitchell? See, that's when you know that's when you know they die hard, when they know the names that weren't big. I love going down the list. Now the next one. I think that was it for the questions. Man, I'm gonna have fun going down this list and lacing you guys up. And at the end of the show, we will have our segment where we showcase the winners, and also you'll get to be on the show and speak to anything, anyone, company, give them some shine, and even yourself. If you're doing something you want people to know about, that also comes with winning in the contest today. So I forgot to throw that little tidbit in to be on the mic, be on the set with me. We're gonna be getting popping when my trivia show. Oh, I got one last one, man. Pittsburgh and New England both have won 6 Super Bowls. True or false? If I put this question right here in the Steelers group, okay, all right, boy, it'll go absolutely bananas. Let me see. All right, and here's the rules. Just so you know, I took the time. Bam, shopping spree in our store. You'll also win a special guest appearance. Da 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 on our show to highlight any business or charity or yourself of your choice. See there? It wasn't just something made up on the moment.
That's cool.
We gets it popping over here on the Fight Show. So that being said, that's how we do it. I'm going to pop up some answers. I want to see who's gotten some right, who's gotten some wrong. Let me see. My guys, because one of the things, Otis, who was the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl? It's Black History Month.
Doug Williams, Grambling State University.
Grambling State in the building. Lloyd, 18. What does that mean?
Oh,
you're talking about the dude. Thomas, Coach Himmelberg, where's your TSOB hashtag, brother? What's up, brother? It's good to see you. New York in the building. New York's always in the building. What was the last question? Victor Morales. Which last question? One of them was personally. Up, my man. Let me see. Barry said 19 years. Man, I can't wait to throw this out. Football player, boxer.
Oh, she's answering what was the last question.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to Google that one.
Anybody looking forward to the
Coach
Brandon
Sneed,
Marshall
Coach
and
Sneed?
Wilder fight?
Huh?
You looking forward to the Brandon Marshall and Wilder fight?
Brandon Marshall and Wilder?
He says he wants to fight Wilder.
Oh, let him get that smoke. Brandon Marshall got too much going on. He really does. He has a beautiful rendition of just stuff going on. Plus that training facility that they started to help, top tier athletes that are going into the draft, going into the top, the first round, second round guys, like the best guys. So they created a facility, $3 million facility, where they were getting these guys and having the best therapists, the best trainers, the best nutritionists, masseuse, yoga instructor, mind instructors, people who do a lot of positive science, which is fitness for the brain, all types of things, man. So they just laced it. They saw what was missing. Those guys were in the NFL, so they knew what was missing. Like I did when it comes to boxing. I knew what was missing. I filled the void. It's necessary because we have to take it a lot more serious, and people weren't taking it serious because everybody's running and learning on the job. And I was like, hey, we need some class time. We need to get the head right because what we do is crazy. And if I would have been in that cycle, just being a fighter, being in it constant, then that would have been the exact mindset I have. But me as the trainer, I look at the entire complexity of it. I had that ability and I had the opportunity. You know what I mean? If that did not come into play, it wouldn't have worked itself out because that's all I wanted to do is fight. So I could fight in the street. I would do everything to get that out of me. And fighters are born. And when you can't do what you are meant to do, you will do whatever that mimics that. You get it? So that's one of the keys, being able to stand on the outside and look directly into the sport in the game and see what in the hell is missing. And why am I losing my freaking mind trying to keep track and keep up? Because there's nothing in place. Being at USA Boxing for clinics, LBC, no order worthy of giving the right praise, not for testing, because the testing was like, okay, you got the test down. It was about the practical stuff that was not in place and how to go about doing it. And I had the privilege to have such lineage. I'm like, I got the true blessing to be able to have what I'm able to be a part of. And I'm looking at 99.99999%. About as many people, Otis, start fighting late and become world champion. I said, this is crazy. Nobody can do this the right way. And I stepped back out of those training camps and away from all that glam and that media and and I stood back and I wrote my ass off. And I wrote and recorded and I was just like, this is just missing. And now all that hard work, I got guys who are now able to benefit and utilize it. So I like to take this time and highlight some of my guys in the school. So I'm gonna pull you guys down, let this show, because I want them to see themselves in the building. And these guys are my guys, the School of Boxing. This is one of the classes. Now, these are the guys who actually wore their shirts and stuff. So you see right here, you got Steve Willits, Coach Willits out in Canada. My man, Himmelberg out in New York. And I got Coach T. Crook out in Nashville, Tennessee. Coach Colazar out in Washington, out west, not Washington, D.C. And Coach Hudson out here in Arkansas. And my man, Coach Hurd. And look at there. McCory, I thought you didn't think I had you, but I got you. And my man, Coach Sneed. Coach Sneed, I was about to give you some love, but I might have to chop you off the screen. These brothers right here. And this is just a fraction of them. The other guys are also in the picture as well. I got to show them at the end of the show. And I'm bringing you guys back on. But special shouts out to these guys here in TSOB. And they representing the next lineage of elite level coaches, which is the first generation of well school, top to bottom, from clinics to practicals to written. So they have the right and the full opportunity. And they also have me, Master Boxing, as their pushing and sounding board to jump right out, and 3 generations behind me. So this is Generation X, number 4, and it's going down. So all of the Carmen Basilios and the Tony Zales will have reliable coaches to depend on that have the whole entire Savage package, the business, the focus, the presence, the marketing, and everybody's able to help their fighter build their brand and not be taken advantage of. So that's kind of it, man. Back in the building. Just wanted to show you.
I love those shirts. The keep
You
your
like
chin
'em?
down and the tuck your
That's
elbows.
right.
Those are great shirts.
The essence of boxing, man. The
Yeah.
foundation of boxing. Hands up high, elbows in, tuck your chin, bend your damn knees, all of that stuff. It's nothing worse than having those things not put front and center and guys not having the opportunity to really go about doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And I see all these guys, a lot of them hate on me and stuff. The guys who have got coaches, these coaches who have fighters. I don't want your fighters. I train coaches. I train trainers. I train
Cool.
fathers how to do it. I got the books. I got the education. I got the experience. And no, I don't want your fighter because if your fighter see me, he gonna know that dude know what he doing. Or I don't like that dude. He talk too much. Either or. But I kind of see myself right down the line. I'm my own worst critic, so ain't nothing nobody can say about me or in favor of me to move my needle. Humility is the elitist level of martial arts, being boxing, the sweet science. So when you can look at every situation and everything and pour water on it, then you're good to go. And I'm gonna be honest, man, as I sit here and think, I think something's wrong with the links we've sent out. Because Claudia, I don't. Speaking of, I just brought. She is coming in as I am talking about her. Of course, welcome.
Hello.
Look at you. Hey,
Hello.
hey.
Hi.
What's up?
How you guys doing? Are we ready?
Oh, we've been getting it popping,
Yeah.
kid. We've been getting it popping.
Yes.
We have been. Hey, we done had some great fight talk, and
Yes.
we got some fans here that are just about that life, homie. We is definitely in the building. We done had our sports trivia. We've had a great fight, like I said, fight matchup talk, some fantasy stuff, some people talking some stuff, and everybody wants to pick the brain of the expert. But you know what I'm going to do?
What?
Claudia, since I love hearing you talk boxing, I love hearing you. Look, the last episode, we didn't get going to the end because I was on your book and all of that good stuff and your story, which is fine and good. But when somebody knows how to box, talk that boxing, it's just a whole entirely different vibration. So, how you been doing? Let's catch up for a second.
Well, of course, we're so excited. It's after 2020 and everything came down to a full stop, and you all know that.
Yes.
2021 started with a bang with the Ryan Garcia fight, specifically talking about, the fight game in general, UFC with, Conor McGregor going down.
Hold it. Oh my gosh, I'm so rude. First, here are the thousands watching our audience.
Hi.
Everybody, this is Claudia Trejos of ESPN Deportes, DAZN Network, and she's just an absolute advocate for the world and leading the game in all orifices. And Haley Zell, Haley.
I know Haley all too well.
And Otis Griffin, former world champion in the building.
Of course.
And he's a big fan of yours as well. He missed the last time because and I didn't tell you, Otis, we didn't do it because I had a guest following her who was kind of like from an entirely different world. So that was just a little crazy. And that was the first time I did that. I didn't really want to mix that world. So I got you here today with her. So go ahead. Give it to us.
It's so good. I'm so excited because obviously today is a big sports day.
It is.
Super Bowl is Super Bowl is Super Bowl. And you guys might agree with me. Usually this is like the icing on the cake. Like a good way to close 2020 because it was such a challenging year. I'm going to use the positive words, challenging year. So now 2021 is starting with a bang. Which better way than with the Ryan Garcia? Now we have this game today, and February is closing out with a bang with the Canelo fight. March is starting to gear up. Spring training is starting next week. I mean, what else can we ask for?
Everything is great. So tell me this now, since you brought up Ryan Garcia.
Yes.
And if you do not have some behind the scene notes that Ryan is saying that he wants that Pacquiao fight to be a real fight. Now tell me about that smoke. Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
you can't bite your tongue. Don't bite it at all.
No, I don't bite.
Give it to me.
So let's start with he can call anybody out. But before he actually brings up the big guns like Manny Pacquiao, and we're not talking about boxing skill. We're going to talk about accolades. We're going to talk about legacy. Manny Pacquiao, obviously, he's way past his prime. But let me tell you, even way past his prime, he's still a force to be reckoned with.
I don't think Keith Thurman thinks that.
Whatever. Don't make me go Colombian. It's not going to be fun.
No.
But let's be clear here.
Pacquiao is a problem. I mean, he's just like Tom Brady. This dude's like the Energizer Bunny. He's not going anywhere right now.
Anytime soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yes. So, Ryan Garcia can call anybody, just like any young buck in any crowd can call any of the veterans.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is going to do it today in a few hours against the veteran, the legend himself. So with that being said, is this the time for somebody like Ryan to face Manny? Maybe, because, Canelo did it against any given moment against Floyd Mayweather. So when we're talking about boxing, let's be clear. When we're talking about boxing skill, versus boxing skill, I can understand the time and age, and that will always be a factor. But what's going to bring eyeballs? And when you're talking somebody that brings so much attention, that new millennial, that non-boxing fan into the boxing world, that brings a lot of value to the table. But nonetheless, somebody like Manny losing against somebody like Ryan Garcia, and I'm just calling it the way it could be, losing against Ryan Garcia, that will not behoove his career. And let's be clear on this. He's vying for a presidency. Let's just be honest here.
Okay.
When Ryan at this point in time doesn't need that type of challenge, he really doesn't. Why? When there's so many at 147 that can add to his record. You just named Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
We could go down the line. Although Errol Spence, but let's go back to 135. Let's even go back to 130. Tank Davis, hello. Those are the real fights that need to be done in order to test his skill and then bring up his credentials.
Okay, so have you not seen what he's been putting out there?
Of course.
Okay. I was just wanting to make sure, because they talking about putting pen to paper first as an exhibition, and then he said, no.
All right, stop.
Yeah.
All right, wait.
So,
it's the one thing that we need to understand about sports and entertainment in general. You need to create a buzz no matter what. You need to be able to sell anything. How do you sell? Bringing attention. Be it true? Okay, so the 50 Cent Floyd Mayweather, we've been waiting for that fight for how long? Is it going to happen? No, but we're still talking about it. We're still talking about it. But can he say it? Can he call Floyd? He can call anybody out, because that's what he does. And why not? That's going to bring attention, more eyeballs.
Yeah.
And the more household names that you call out, the more attention you're going to bring to your social media, to your podcast, to all the content that we're creating for the different platforms, which is fine. But do you guys really see, and I'm just going to leave it to the table, do you guys really see that somebody like Manny Pacquiao at this point in his career is going to have an exhibition fight?
Heck no. I knew that.
I rest my case.
I knew it was smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
I knew it was smoke and mirrors, because it's just, dude, you just spoke. And you're calling out a true killer who's at the end, but still a killer nonetheless, like today. Now, I don't want to get off on that, because Ryan got his victory.
Yes.
He got tested in the round, because that was the only round he really was tested. But his boxing cachet, he showed a fiber. I saw things that he got to make sure he does not allow his ego to get in the way and just think that getting clipped ain't a real thing in boxing. And you got to be smart first, and because you got the tools. I mean, very heavy-handed. When you can hit a man who's defending himself and hurt him to the body, that means you can break down a very dense man who has a brother. I mean, so whenever you can do that, that says a lot about you. Like when Errol Spence hit, what's the other, who he fought someone hit him in the back and put him down in Cowboys Stadium. This was about 3 years ago. And what that says is this man can punch through a guy who's a regular welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So I know, because seeing this happen in the real fight scenes on levels where guys want to come up, it's the same reason why they don't let you go into the NFL straight out of high school, because your body's not prepared yet.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can hit a man, this is what I took away from Ryan Garcia. When you can hit a man and move him when the guy's your size and he's tight defense, I see things that other people ain't clear about. And when he touched him, you could see his skeleton bend. When you can do you can knock out anybody, but you also got to keep defense in mind first, because he's a warrior. He's a warrior, like sort of like De La Hoya. De La Hoya used to love to fight. And when you in there with guys who like to fight, you like to forget about the element of being a master at defense. Like Chavez loved to fight. He loved to allow you to throw your stuff, catch, block, counter, whatever. But he was going to pinpoint liver shots. He was going to pinpoint chin checks. By the time halfway through that fight, if you survive that far, you're broken down. You can't get coached out of that place you are. And that's why he was so clearly the best fighter in his era, hands down, in that weight class, and pound for pound. He reigned for so long because people didn't understand his science, and he was breaking cats up. So that was to close that. I want to hear your take on Caleb Plant when you saw him the other week, and how you match him now against Cinnamon.
You know what? I am going to use the same parallel that you used for Ryan.
Brady. Yeah.
And perhaps Caleb is one of the most underrated fighters and champions at this given time. We've spoken at length at that division, and we haven't seen a 160 as stacked as it is now in a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
Long time. And I am very happy to see how this is really the awakening that at any given day, anybody can take you down in that division in particular. So now when you're putting him against Cinnamon, El Canelo, let's backtrack a little bit. By the time that he actually decides to go back to 160, I think we're all going to be gray. Okay, I'm gray already, but grayer. And you know what? Caleb presents more of a challenge, not necessarily in boxing IQ, but just mental strength. Let's backtrack and let's revisit Caleb's career. He's that one guy that has gone through a lot of difficult times personally, emotionally, mentally.
Yeah.
So his fortitude in the ring is actually a very good reflection of his mental, emotional, and physical strength. Now his boxing skill is up to par. And it just kind of adds to all those challenges that now we see at 160. Can we actually see it going against somebody like Canelo at this given time? Of course. Of course. Now, will Canelo take that type of risk right now? Because he presents, again, it's that one risk. One time we were having this conversation with Canelo a while back when he was going to face Rocky Fielding at 168. And he said, I break down fighters, not necessarily blow by blow, but mentally. I have to break down a fighter first mentally, then physically, then in my boxing skill.
Yeah.
Because that's a
process.
Systematic breakdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that starts at the weigh-in, right? That doesn't just
No, it starts way before the weigh-in.
I believe it starts way before the weigh-in.
It does.
As a matter of fact, the weigh-in is just literally the challenging part in terms of I got you, and I'm going to use my best French. I got you by the balls now.
Yeah.
It's my best friend.
Yeah.
But in reality, from the minute that the fight starts being negotiated, you know,
Yeah.
and a lot of fighters don't watch tape, but they do watch tape. You know what I'm
Yes. 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 I mean, this is what we do. Otis, do this for real. I did this for real. We know this is what we do. We just try to educate people on the behind what is really happening in these camps, what's going on. You know, I'm still getting called into camp to help with fighters. The biggest thing is knowing this, that when you see people prepping to start to deal with other fighters, the first thing that happens is a lot of times these fighters are in the same circle and circuit as amateurs and pros. And what you'll find is, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got my man coming in. What you'll find is they've already been in the circle, so they know what they got. They watching their holes when they physically they're at the gym. Just like when Sean Porter had sparred Keith Thurman before they fought, they had already been in the gym. Like everything happens for real in the real gym. People who are at the networks don't come to the boxing gym if it ain't media day. They don't understand. These guys look at each other's eyes and they already know who knows who can beat who. Real guys with real confidence. Canelo has picked some of these guys. He already knew he could beat them because he knows what you need, and a lot of them have been in the same circle. So with that being said, Haley, Otis, I want you to either weigh in. I'm gonna pull in Shane Mosley Jr. in about 3 minutes, and yeah, that's my man. I'm gonna bring him in, but I wanted to let you guys know we're gonna get it in. But back to this, Shane, I'm getting ready to bring you in, champ. You know, you're in the blood. When I say you're blood in, you're blood in, Claudia. You know what's smoke and mirrors because you're in the game. We know what is smoke and mirrors because we've done the game. The biggest thing that I want you to be able to facilitate to these people who are watching and they are taking in, because I don't think some of them knew exactly who you were the first time, because we got around to what you do later in the show and we didn't get it cracking. But some of them are probably like drinking a beer now, like this. She know what she's talking about,
or maybe not.
Well, no, they do, because you know I re-air different segments and pieces in throughout the time period. I told you I would, and because we do what's necessary. We don't just do what we want to do. We do what's necessary, and for people to know the boxing minds that they need to know. So that's what we're doing, and I'm also bringing in Steve Cunningham and my man Sugar Shane Mosley. So we're gonna be stacked in here. So Haley and Otis, I'm gonna pull you down so these two guys can get it in, because Steve has and Daya Davis, Dustin Poirier's coach, son of Howard Davis, the great. And it's great because Howard Davis Jr. was in the Olympics with Leon Spinks. So we did a special piece at the beginning for Leon, rest in heaven, and salute for being that different dude to beat Ali with 8 fights. That right there says enough about the lineage and the blood and the fiber that the Spinks brothers all have. Brothers and the nephew, all are cut from that cloth. So I'm looking forward to bringing my guys in. Haley, we're going to pull these guys in. Let me get Shane. Hold on one second. Shane, brother, it's so good to see my man. Oh, my gosh. What's up, man? Look at this boy.
How you guys doing?
And we good. And Daya Davis in the building. What's up, champ?
What's up, my brother? How are you, man?
It's good, man. Claudia, Trejos, Sugar Shane, we are in the building.
What's up, Shane? Hi, Claudia. How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you guys. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Yes, it is, man. We've been getting it crunk up in this piece 1000%. And Claudia came in and stepped it up, put the stilettos on us and the boxing gloves, and gave everybody an education on the fight show. So, my man Daya, and Shane, I'm going to ask you questions simultaneously. You have not been in our vision since the big fight against Conor McGregor.
Right.
Oh my gosh, my camera.
We lost you.
Hold on one second. Yeah. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Cam link, FaceTime, HD.
It happens.
Right.
No, I'm in.
There you go.
I stay backed up. Now you see my wide view. You feel me?
It's a good view. I actually like that shot.
I know. It's a nice shot. Like it better too, but I just did that because, you know, I wanted y'all to see that I had the blurred background. You know, that's when you I was flexing on Super Bowl Sunday, baby. But but Daya, y'all just whooped Conor McGregor. He put hands on him. Hey, yeah, Claudia, did y'all see that fight?
Of course.
Okay.
Congratulations. Course. I just celebrated you not even 2 minutes ago. I said, you know what? At any given Saturday. And that was definitely key to a great Saturday.
That was insane.
Yep. Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, that's the outcome that we were looking for. We trained extremely hard for that fight. And, you know, a lot of pressure was on Dustin mentally because, you know, they fought the first time and Conor stopped him. So,
yeah,
a little get back this time.
Yeah, that mental pressure. That was mental. Like, you got to overcome several things before the fight even started. Like Claudia and I, we were just talking about. Yeah, Haley just asked, "Does it start the pre-fight shenanigans start at the weigh?" And I'm like, no. Especially if you've already fought and got knocked out, it starts way back. And before that, they already didn't really mesh that well anyway, right? Conor won't mesh.
They didn't mesh too well. I think psychological.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor definitely won the psychological warfare in the first fight.
Yeah.
But going into the second fight, it was all business. You know, I think that at this point, both guys had been at the highest point of their careers, and it was all business. You know, there was no, like you said, no shenanigans. There was no trash talk. Both guys were very respectful.
Yeah. But did you? But
and got it in.
Did you get it when I was talking and I was just like, because that dude, you remember I told you that story about Beast and Rockman, Hassan Rockman used to just talk his guard down. As soon as I got off that call, I went in there and I was watching the countdown show, and they were like, yeah, Conor's gonna do this, he's gonna give Dustin 500. I was like, oh my gosh, he's doing it. He's trying to pull his guard down.
Right.
So you know what that told me? That he respected you guys.
You know what? I knew we had Conor's respect. He wasn't the same guy that he normally was. Like, you know, normally Conor's the show. He's the show before the show.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, like, you know, when Bruce Buffer is making the announcement for, you know, who's in the blue corner, who's in the red corner, you know, he's usually like the one with the big bravado and here I am, welcome.
Yeah.
He wasn't that guy. You know, he was very skeptical. And I could tell that he knew what he was up against. Real competition.
Yeah.
This time out.
That was crazy, man. It was so, I mean, we were over here on pins and needle. And I'm going to tell you, man, I just didn't know if he would be able to overcome those monkeys. It's like so much to overcome. And Conor looked strong when they locked up on the fence. I was like, God. And then when I saw Dustin going for that lower calf kick, I was like, oh my God, he chopped them down. I was just like, okay, because
you remember, you got to shut the tree down from the bottom.
Yeah, but you just got to stay active. Like something has to be going. Everything we talked about on the show, and I enjoy having you on the show with that conversation, brother. And I told you we're going to be in the interview. We're going to chop it up about some fight shit. You know, so that was really good. And I was like, we talked about everything. And I love the fact that you played it back and watched it right before. And I just know where you are. And I know your lineage. And I know where you come from. And just like Shane, you know, there are some things that his dad will be able to say to him that nobody else can relate to him. And whether you want to know it or not, I got two boys, 130 years old. And he didn't always want to hear what I had to say. But the bottom line is, at the end of the story, Dad was going to be right. Because we already had done that 16-year-old swing.
Done that, right?
And I'm done the 21-year-old thing. You didn't think I partied? I was the loudest. Man, I mean, I brought the smoke when I was 21. Boy, you didn't even want no problems with me. Like I was that. Anybody, you see, I'm saying this live so anybody can hear it. So people know when I'm saying it, they're like, yeah, Eric, my nickname was Eric B. And that's my real name, Eric B. We brought the melody. So my son don't always know that I am there. I done been there. So when you can have a father like Shane and Howard, and they can put the fist down. You told me yourself, Daya, that there are times you went back to the corner when you fought that he didn't even say nothing.
Right.
I said that was that Oz.
I could just tell by the look in his eye what he wanted done for me, you know.
Wait, but hold on.
Yeah.
I just have to interject here because as much as I obviously have seen second and third generation because we've been around for a little bit, we also have to admit that the game changes as generations move on. A lot of times, like you said, your dad didn't need to say anything because he knew you. He knew you. He knew what you could do. But when we're talking about once you walk into the ring, like I'm just gonna ask Junior here. There's no way, and I am gonna speak as a mother. I cannot live my daughter's life. She is going to have her own experience. As much as I know, as much as you know, and as much as you know, I know that Shane, Sugar Shane Mosley Sr. obviously had his own experience. He was his own champ, Hall of Famer. But Junior's experience is going to be completely different because the opponents, the level, the media, the marketing, completely different animal. What do you have to say, Junior? That's my take as a mother.
Everybody has their battle. I honestly, I think that I've been around the game for a very long time, so I know like what goes on in that. So, and I know what I got myself into. So I just prepare myself as much as I possibly can in the gym, and I make sure that I'm ready to perform. And then obviously when things come about, during the fight, you just got to take it as it comes, and be able to make the adjustments as possible. But it's good to have somebody in there that knows what you're capable and knows whether or not you either need, hey, let's pick this up, or you just need a look, or you need, whatever it is you need. You just got to have that person in there being able to tell you or relay whatever message you need at that particular moment, and know you enough to be able to say, he needs to pick it up, or I need to dial it back. And luckily I've had some great trainers in my corner that have been able to relay those messages, and being able to have those different looks for myself is awesome, because some guys they don't know how to make adjustments according to who they have in the corner. So thankfully I'm able to have had all those different experiences to where I can adapt.
You are a fighter too, man. We just watched and I know it was a thing for you to experience, and Claudia, you'll be able to weigh in on this, and Daya as well. I watched that Contender Series as recently as the day before yesterday. My son loves it, and my son's going to have to come in because he wants to say something. And I'm telling you, man, you transformed in that series. Claudia, did you watch the Contender Series? Well, why in the hell does DAZN or ESPN not have a Contender Series like that to give people an opportunity to learn and see what the fighters go through? And really, like UFC does it, Dana White does it, The Contender Series is something that we started back in 05 and 06, where Otis was a part of it. That's where Otis got his real start.
Sergio
Mora. Yeah, he kicked our ass in 2005 before he went there.
Right.
He fought Les Ralston in May. And blew us out.
DJ Smith, All those
Right.
guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sergio Moore is the kind of guy that if you ain't been outside of your
Cornelius
state
Bundridge.
fighting, yep, Cornelius Bundridge, K9.
Right.
K9. Yes.
But Shane's transformed, man. My son is on the thing right now, so I'm gonna pop out because
Yes.
Carson, come in here.
I'll pop out.
Carson, come in here. Carson, I want because Shane, you were supposed to
Yes.
send that shirt or that autograph, boy.
Yeah,
But we
I'll
won.
send it over to you.
Yeah, don't play. When we
I
do
won't,
stuff,
I
we
promise.
double down. We double down on stuff. But no, seriously, because when that started back in the day, when Oscar De La Hoya started the next great champ, that is Otis's Instagram handle. He was the first one. Did y'all go back and pull that up? It ain't a lot on YouTube because it was so old. Back then, that dude came in, he took his shirt off. I was like, this dude is Adonis. Like, he played for the Baltimore Ravens, Otis, and he was a football player coming over. I told him you were one of the guys that came from football and was able to be successful in boxing and started late. So that is something that you just don't do, and it's unheard of because, like I said, the muscle memories are different for football, and because they put on mass, that's their focus, mass, and boxing is to get rid of mass. And so with that being said, he started that thing. But Shane, man, that thing that I kept epics. We purchased it for a trial because I had gotten rid of it like last year, and I watched that Contender Series. I said, I'm gonna just get it to watch Contender Series. That was like 2 months ago. And the first time you was on the show, or the second, and I watched that thing, and I realized the other day I still had epics. I was like, so you owe me $14.
Oh man.
No, seriously, it was worth it. But what I did this. I enjoy watching it, and that if that doesn't matter, then I don't know, because it matters. And I just think that that's a big thing that boxing needs. What do you think, Claudia?
I agree. I agree. Unfortunately, there's only so much time in the grid, and in terms of
especially now.
Yes. But digital platforms should be able to do that kind of stuff. And I remember not just the Contender, the best champion. Let's talk about the Super Series, even though that didn't take us in the backstage.
Yeah.
But just to allow talent to showcase their talent is fundamental to the growth of any sport. And boxing in particular facilitates to create characters. So we really don't, the non-boxing fan does not follow boxing because they know fight plans or, punch combination. They can actually relate to the character. And those type of platforms that you just mentioned allows us to relate to fighters at a completely different level.
Totally. And that's what I mean. Dana, Daya, when you guys, I want to know the experience when I saw you jump on the fence too. I got that. I
got up out of my seat.
I took my little phone and I was watching the joint. I was like, look at Daya, baby.
I think we all did.
I was happy. For my guy, man.
Yo,
it was great.
That's how I was, man. Our first title, I got myself screaming. I was like, man, I need to bring my octaves down. I was kind of sounding like a girl, but no, I saw the excitement, man. You was cool as a fan going out and stuff. What was it like, man, when the cameras left the locker room?
You know what? We just talked about all the hard work that we put into the camp. There's no one more deserving than Dustin. Not only does he put it all on the line, when it comes to fight, but he does a lot for his community.
Yes, he does.
Charitable foundation.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no one more deserving.
Yeah. He definitely proved his mettle, man. And I was just so proud. I can't even say how proud. I can't tell you exactly how that felt, but I know being able to share it. And my Stacy's son is a I mean, he literally had just gotten this glove, autographed glove from Dustin. I mean, he's a real, not because y'all fighting. He's like, yeah, I got his coach on. Like, no, he's a real Dustin. I mean, he literally never moves. He's unwavered, and he was just like beside himself.
Right.
And when he realized that you guys want, I mean, he was totally, when you did that shout out and he got that glove and Dustin won, I just felt like it was a mojo. I just said all the stars just aligned, and I was just so freaking elated because I didn't know how he was going to overcome all of the hurdles, but I just knew that I got off the thing with you and I just said praying works. So I said a prayer really out loud. Like people say, yeah, I've been praying for you, but they'd be like, yeah, next text. But I literally did. My mom was a prayer warrior. All right. So I took a page out of her book and I sat on the couch that's right there. And I did like this and I prayed, man. And the words I can hear, and I don't usually pray out loud unless we praying over food. But I really wanted him to win so bad. And I said, whatever the outcome, didn't I say on the show that you stay focused and keep it's just chess, not checkers. So don't, the highest level of martial arts is humility. So with the win, be humble. With the loss, learn and be humble and stuff. So with that being said, Shane has a fight coming up.
Yes, I do.
When is that, Shane?
That's February 13th on the Jojo Diaz card in Indio, California. I'm excited. I can't wait. I was supposed to fight a guy by the name of Jason Quigley. Unfortunately, he got COVID, so my opponent had to change. But maybe one of these days, maybe afterwards, we can get the fight, because I think that will be a great fight. Or I mean, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I think that's a good fight and a good test. He's also, we're kind of I guess in the same position. So it's good. But not overlooking this guy. The guy that I'm fighting next, his name is Christian Ochoa, I think. He's 20-7. He's a very, very tough, durable guy. So I'm gonna have my hands full, but I'm planning on putting on a show.
No doubt. Go out there and
That's
take care
crazy.
of it, brother.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go in here with my son and bring him in the screen. So I'm gonna, Claudia, I'm gonna pull you down for 1 second. Hold on, just hang tight.
Bye.
Look, I let me say bye to you first. All that good stuff. Oh, where you gonna watch the game?
Yes.
You gonna watch the game?
Of course.
Are you doing it there?
No, I'm.
You going out?
I'm going out. Yes.
Oh man, well look, you enjoy yourself. We'll touch base and make sure I connect with you. Stacy will connect and shoot you an email. And thank you so much for coming up here and sharing the screen with us again.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
it's always a pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you for your time. And may the best team win. And thank you. And good luck to you. I'm going to be watching you. So
thank you.
I'll see you February 13th.
All right. Hey, we'll chop it up sometime around the Canelo fight at the end of the month too.
Of course.
All right.
Bye.
Oh yeah, we're heading to Florida next week, so we'll be touching base anyway. Again, won't miss you next time. And yeah, I'm coming to Boca, buddy. Bye, Claudia.
Bye.
Carson, I'm bringing my son in.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing.
What's up, Carson? How you doing, young man?
Nothing. Just kind of good.
Just chilling. Welcome. You got something to say? You got your boys on, Shane and Daya.
I don't really have much to say.
He ain't got much to say. He been so pumped to get up here. Now you're on live, the fight show. Now you're my co-host.
Awesome.
Well, who you picking today to win the Super Bowl?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
What's gonna be the score? You know the score? How many they gonna win by? They gonna blow Tom Brady out?
Probably like a 17-21.
Okay. Betting line. Hey, did you tell them about your Christian McCaffrey jersey that you got? Yeah, tell them about your Christian McCaffrey jersey. Is it in a nice frame?
Oh yeah.
You should have brought it in there so you could show them your Christian McCaffrey jersey, man. What's up?
Come on, it's in a big case.
It's in a big case, man. Yeah, that thing was, trust me, autograph case is a problem. It is. But Shane, so you make sure you get that to him. You tell him now.
No, I got you. I'll send it to you for sure. I'll send you a glove.
He's sending you an autographed glove, Carson, no doubt.
Cool.
And I'm sure Daya's planning to throw one in there too, as well.
Absolutely. Man, it's on its way.
But Daya, we coming down there next week, really.
Okay.
So we coming down that way. So you can hand it to him personally. And I gotta get another hat because we ordered we got a shirt for Harper, Stacy's son, and lost it. I mean, everybody got shirts when we was at American Top Team, so we lost it somewhere in the transition. So we think we probably left it in a hotel. There we go.
There it is. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we'll get you an American Top Team shirt and also we want boxing district shirt.
We want the bulk of boxing. It sounds so good coming off your man's mouth out there on the fight card last week.
Yeah, John Anik, he gave me a nice little plug, man.
He gave you a great plug. I was like, holy crap, yo, that was crazy. I mean, he says it good too. Vocal boxing. Well,
business has picked up a little bit since then, man.
It'll keep going. Yeah, you're just in a thing where everything is growing, and it's just that momentum will hit, and you'll be soon like, you're on a waiting list. It'll get to that point. Because when we come down there, we're gonna pull a plug out there. We're gonna throw a serious plug. It ain't gonna be like that one, but thing about ours will keep going. Vocal boxing in the building. I got to get one of those shirts and flex with it for sure. Carson, what's up, man? We getting ready, y'all. We got a great surprise. Shane, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna get ready to get it popping with the rest of the show, and we got like minutes left before the end of it. But we did a sports trivia. So if you guys get a chance, you got to watch at the beginning. Go back and watch the beginning of the show so you can see the sports trivia. We asked some questions. Several name 3 boxes from Brooklyn that was champion. One football player who was also a boxer, just several funny things like that, and cash prizes and all the good stuff. So we've been getting it popping, man. So you make sure you go back, and whenever the Super Bowl's over tomorrow, when you're just chilling, just watch the beginning of the show because we got it popping today and stuff. So Shane, we're gonna see you. We got you. We will be praying. We will be behind you 1,000%. I will message you and set up a post-fight thing because I know you're gonna go handle your business 1,000%. And we got you, brother. All right, Carson, you want to say bye to Shane?
I'm not gonna wish you good luck, man. I know you put that work in the gym, man. So go out there and get it done.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Champ.
All right, cool. Now we bringing in my man from Dry Bar Comedy. We got Orlando Baxter, comedian, absolutely one of the funniest dudes I have ever listened to, man. And I had to bring you on the show, and I'm sorry for the wait. Things got kind of messed up and stuff. And Haley and I'm gonna bring you back in a couple of minutes, but I had to have him on the show. This dude had 4 million views on this thing. Dry Bar Comedy is doing a heck of a job with you guys. I just hope that you keeping that momentum going, brother, because Dry Bar Comedy, Daya, is all based upon clean, clever comedy. Families. Okay. So I ain't into all that hardcore stuff, man. I really lived that life. I won't trying to hear guys talking about that. Look, man, I just want to know how you got started. I saw your story, a little bit of your story. You told a little bit in the thing. And Daya, I'm gonna send you the link to his comedy skit. So I say, oh my gosh, man, this dude right here is a problem.
Yeah, you were telling me about it in the last segment, man. So I definitely want to check it out.
Gosh.
Well, I just want to. Well, thank you for having me on the show, man. I do want to say that, even though I was back there waiting, I was sitting there absorbing all this information, like getting this insider fighter information. A couple of my friends are boxers.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know Jose Rivera, 3-time former world champion.
Jose Rivera.
Yeah. So he's when I was in high school, he was one of the older guys. And,
because I think he fought Emmanuel Burton. I know you're talking about.
I think so. Like,
yes, he did. It wasn't that great of a night, but
yeah. So for me to stay here and just suck up the information, it's an honor, man, and I appreciate you guys having me.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's a pleasure because I use my platform for a lot of reasons and to spread words and to capture people that really matter and not just Carson, I'm gonna go and bounce you out. I gotta bring Haley in, man. We gotta get some pretty faces in there. I know you're cute here. We gotta get some pretty faces in the building. Welcome back, Haley. Haley, this is my staff, and Daya Davis is the coach who just kicked Conor McGregor's butt 2 weeks ago. So it's been a beautiful thing, man. But go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
And yeah, congrats on that. I want to say that as well. That was an awesome fight.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. So
thank you so much, man.
My story is real simple. I was a high school teacher for a long time.
Yeah.
In Massachusetts, and I got into comedy maybe like a couple years into teaching, and it was just like kind of like a hobby thing.
Yeah.
And maybe about 6 years ago, I told myself like, I'm gonna give myself about 5 years and see how I do going out to the world, just trying to do it full time. And I haven't looked back since. I mean, outside of this year being what it is, the career has been slowly but steadily moving up. And Dry Bar was an opportunity that I had to do some clean comedy, and it went really well. The videos going really well, but I've done late night. I did Conan O'Brien about a year after I left school. So, and then I do a lot of international stuff. So I've been to like 12
That's
countries.
good.
Yeah.
Be global. Get that global brand.
Yeah. So things have been good. I haven't gone back to teaching. So that means
things are good. Yo, I mean, so
gotta appreciate the journey.
Were you always, just clever? Because it was clever, and I've always been I like guys like Seinfeld and I like Chappelle. They're just shoulders above everybody else, just shoulders above. And I like Chris Rock, smart. So there's difference. There's clever and then there's smart.
Yeah.
And clever is, you really think through. Everybody thinks through the whole thing. Yeah. But your approach, were you always that way, or did the bigger venues make you elevate when you have different audiences?
I think I learned a lot along the journey. Like I always I equate comedy a lot to boxing, because you'll see a lot of people on YouTube and they get real famous on YouTube, but then they'll try to get up on stage to do stand-up.
Yeah.
It's a completely different
different beast.
Yeah, we all got funny friends, but if you put them all on stage,
it's a different.
The same thing is we all got friends that maybe think that they can fight.
Yeah.
But if they go in there against
they be tripping.
Yeah, they go in there against a professional and realize like, oh wow. So I think when I first started, I think you realize there's differences in laughter. You know what I mean? Like you can see someone and you'll be like, that was funny. But then when you're in the game, you realize, that's like a little trick that they use. It's kind of surfacey.
Yeah.
So is there a deeper laugh? So your brain starts,
searching,
just start analyzing things a little bit differently. So I wouldn't say initially I was always like some clever guy, but I always thought like I liked a lot of the comics that you like. Like that was one of
smart
my favorite,
people.
Chris Rock.
It's a lot of them I don't even know their name. I'm just like, you were great. Just keep coming across my feed.
Yeah.
And for some reason on my iPad, and I don't know, you can really tell people this, and so they'll know. But my phone, different stuff comes on it on my feed in social media. But on my iPad, Dry Bar Comedy, I hadn't even subscribed or liked the page. It just comes like good quality dudes and you were one of those guys that landed. and I watched the beginning to the end. And I don't have a lot of time to goof off.
Yeah.
And stuff. So when I watch it, Dahlia, I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, yeah, man, thanks for turning me on. I just go ahead and subscribe to Dry Bar.
Yeah.
Because if you want to just sit down and you and your wifey and your kid, I mean, you could just they just be cool. It's just like, wow, this is more PG than the commercials I see on TV. You know what I'm saying? So it was good, man. I just wanted to bring you up here and let people know about that. There are people that you can look to enjoy and not be disgusting, and that you're clever and stay that way with it, man. It just works. Your demeanor, your entire delivery. And like I said, I'm not into it. Takes a lot for me to want to sit there and watch your whole show. So with that being said, I don't know if that gives you any vote of confidence or anymore, but bottom line is, man, you doing your thing, man. And I just wanted to bring you on, and I'm going to stay in touch with you and have you on for an entire segment and just really chop it up, man. Maybe you can put a piece together and we can play it on the show. You know, I got 200,000 on this page by itself, so we get it popping.
Like I said, I appreciate the opportunity. Like it's
absolutely.
Show, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to stay in the studio, I'm about to play the Happy Hour by Haley. Yeah. So Dahlia, you guys, yes, we did some pre stuff. So before anybody leaves, you gotta watch. We're gonna play one of the drinks. Which one do you want us to do, Haley? We're going to do one, and then I'm going to let it run like we did last week and have it on the website. People can go up there and watch all three drinks. Haley did a drink for Tom Collins.
Tom Brady Collins.
Tom Brady Collins. And give me the other two. The Weeknd got one.
The Weeknd, Blinding Lights. I say let's go for that one. The other one is the Tampa Buck.
The Tampa Buck. So she did 3 drinks. So what we're going to do is play the clip. And I'm going to pull you guys down and you guys watch it. And then you have to watch one other thing. So that'll be another 6 minutes y'all can take. But I want to do this. Is it a third one? Is it the third video?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I think it's the middle one.
It's the middle one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Pull it down. Let me pull you guys down. And then we hit it by me.
Long and hard. We want it to be really cold. Be good. Throw in a lime wheel. Kerplop. Cheers to the weekend. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah. I don't know anything about football. I only know boxing. Okay, but I do know cocktails. So we're gonna do a Buck, which is a classic cocktail. And since we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we should have the Tampa Buck. We're gonna start with a ½ ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice that I squeezed myself. 3/4 ounce of my fresh ginger syrup. It's a simple syrup, but it's also saturated with fresh ginger, which I strained out. So we're doing 3/4 of an ounce of ginger syrup and 2 full ounces of bourbon. Bourbon is a spirit that's a whiskey, but it has to have 51% corn in the mash. Because of that, bourbon is a little bit sweeter than a traditional whiskey. Elijah Craig was a priest or a reverend. He was a real man. So we're doing 2 full ounces, which will fit in my shooter, of bourbon. Wowzer! Yeah. We got it pouring fast here on Super Bowl Sunday. Now, before I add the seltzer, what we're gonna do is give this a whip. Whipping is it's gonna add some air to that ginger syrup, and it's just a nice, easy shake without any ice. Boom. Whip it like a Polaroid picture. Now I can hear it sizzling. I got it just how I want it. This pandemic has got me out of bartending. Except for my roommates, which they love. Now we'll strain it over fresh ice. My hands are clean. There we go. Now to top it off, we're gonna use my favorite LaCroix. Lime. This is a traditional buck with a little bit of a spin on it. Why not add a little bit of Angostura bitters? See how it'll drip down and color the cocktail. Give it some dimension. And I'm gonna garnish it with a lime. It's just that easy, folks. If you've got free time to make some syrups, get them to chill, squeeze some fresh juice, you're gonna love these cocktails. It'll be just like sitting at a bar. Buck Wild!
You are nuts. Yeah, you are crazy. That is bananas.
I love bartending.
So what we were doing while we were going is throwing the little I was doing trying to get the people who've won. So we're trying to rally them up. So this is the last one. We got a 3-minute video for you guys to use for your Super Bowl snacks that we did. And this is my series, Food for Fighters. Daya, I'm a nutritionist, so I do a lot of food stuff with our people. I take it upon myself, and the expert was really on blast and on board today when we got this one for everyone. So you fighters out there, all the trainers, make sure that you take these notes, and it's going to help you. And your fighter wants to see you as the mind, and these little tips will help you keep that stuff off your hips, buddy. Now, last one, and we're gonna get it popping. Check it out. Food for. All right, we are here for this segment where we're gonna get it popping with the food. I know you guys are probably starving, enjoying the show, hopefully for sure. But now it's time to get into some yummies. Food for fighters. And now we have Stacy in the kitchen here. She's going to show us a couple of things that you guys can use when it comes to eating on a day like this or a big fight night. Now, what's the most important thing that they should remember and take away with this little segment that you're going to do?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the food can still taste great, and then you don't have to spend the next week in the gym trying to get back to even, So we've got a variety of things here that we put together for you, and these are some of our tried and trues. Mm-hmm. We've served these on fight nights, obviously with Super Bowl that's going to go down in the house. These are going to be amazing. Right here, these are some of your favorites right there.
Boom.
And these are roasted chickpeas, and for all those folks that you like to have those nuts in your hand, they're really high in calorie. A little bit of nuts is okay, but they can get you in trouble too.
Yeah.
I think you've actually talked about that. So we've got roasted chickpeas here. They're seasoned really great. They got good crunch. You won't even miss that they're not a nut at all. And you know what? It's not a party unless there are wings at the party.
Gotta have wings.
That's right.
The wings.
Yeah.
Tell them about the wings.
So the wings, it's super easy. You don't have to have a grill. You can totally do them in the oven. The key is the sauce that you put on there. A lot of the sauces that are on the counter, that are on the shelf at the grocery store, they're loaded with sugar.
Yeah.
And that just gets you in trouble. So stick with something that is vinegar based, or the famous buffalo sauce that's also popular. Can go on those too.
What's the name of that sauce?
I put that on everything.
Frank's.
Frank's hot sauce.
Yeah.
So you can use that as well. And we got the recipe. We'll put the link in case you didn't get the menu before. We got you covered on that. And the other thing that we really like, there's always a lot of chips at a party, right? And so we switch it up around here.
Yeah.
Actually,
definitely.
We have some chips that we absolutely love right here. They're the tortilla chips.
These are great.
Yeah.
They're great. Tasty, crunchy. I love a good crunch.
They are. And the cool thing about them is they are grain-free. They're actually made from tiger nuts, which they're actually not a nut at all. All you need to know is that it's nutrient dense and it doesn't have a lot of crud in it.
Yeah.
So you can enjoy dipping, making some really easy guac. Keep your things simple. We've got these recipes for you. Some hummus, some really good Greek yogurt with some dill and some cucumber.
Hummus.
I mean, good to go.
Fiber. You got fiber, you got crunch, you got
color.
zest, and you got color. And Stacy's an expert when it comes down to those macro and micronutrients, trust me. So anytime you need to substitute something, we'll always try to load the web page with a lot of great tips, tricks, and at the same time, how to detox and things like that. So
Absolutely.
Stacy engineered a great detox book. I did a nutrition book. So that is what's behind all of these things: the knowledge, the power, and the ability to eat something yummy and substitute.
That's it. Healthy substitutions that still taste amazing. And in my opinion, some of them taste better than the old stuff.
Yeah, and these things,
addictive.
they pass the man test. Now, I mean, if you're gonna sit there and crunch on something, you don't need to do chips. Those corn nuts and these chips, I mean these and the chickpeas.
Yep.
Dip your hummus, get it popping. I mean, this is you don't have to take away any of the fun to enjoy what we just laid out here. So, congrats and thanks to Stacy for coming in and doing this little segment for us. And
hey, you gotta have good food.
Yeah, so make sure you click the link, get the recipe. I mean, there's just a bevy of nice recipes that you did for them, right?
Great menu.
Yeah.
Go to reliable, crowd approved, family approved, dude approved.
Dude approved.
Dude approved. The flavors are great. We're big on flavors, so we made sure we had you covered. So
perfect, man. Well, you guys continue to enjoy the show, and we send it back to you guys. Until next time, be blessed at Godspeed. My name is Eric, and
this is Stacy,
and we out of here. Peace. Back to the show. And thanks to Haley's Happy Hour, we have the Tom Collins Brady.
There you go.
Bing.
Cheers.
Yeah, we goofed off. Imagine.
Those chickpeas look great.
Oh, they crazy good. Like, you can eat a lot of them. Like, crunchy. So I don't know if you've had Cocoa Puffs, but they're like little Cocoa Puffs. They're crunchy. I was like, Stacy, let me explain something to you. I know, portions. I know when it comes down to formulating meal plans, how many calories, how many, the numbers, and I do all that. Stacy, ingredients, micro and macronutrients. Man, I'm telling you, there is nobody. I watch a million cooking shows. I've been in school. I've been with the smartest people in the world. It is crazy to live with one of the smartest people in the world in something. And the way she just flowed that stuff off her tongue, that's how she talked the first time I met her. I was the trainer, and I had a client, and she was talking to her, and I was like, are you a damn nutritionist? Like, she was just, but none of those women that you see on TV, they're nowhere near on her level, man. And I tell her that all the time. Like, her brain, when it comes to that, is like me with boxing. Like this is like what someone's gonna talk boxing with me like with that, but those chips you can eat the whole bag. You shouldn't, but the tiger nut thing, I knew nothing about tiger nuts. Like she's an encyclopedia with it. I know most people ain't heard of nothing that she speaks about.
I was today years old when I found out about tiger nut.
Yo, yeah,
Me too.
like, but I was like, why can I eat these? And I start feeling stuff, immediately. Like I'm no fat dude, but anytime I see things, I feel things. Like if I eat something, drink something, I feel something. I'm like, oh no. But when she bring things up there, like that hot sauce, I thought it was just a cool commercial. I put that Frank's sauce, I put that on everything, but it's because there's like no sugar in it. Like it's crazy. So
I use Frank's hot sauce.
Huh?
What was she putting it in? Sorry.
Oh, she was making the sauce for the buffalo wings.
Right, but what was she adding the Frank sauce to?
Oh, it was like extra virgin olive oil or something like that, and something else. Oh, grass-fed butter. Oh, so there's calorically but for real diet, like one 10-minute sit down, you'll walk out like I knew nothing about food. And we're talking about someone who's written like 4 nutrition books, and it's just their levels. And she's at the highest level. Oh, now I can write your numbers down. I can do the level of stuff. But when it comes down to what you're gonna put in your mouth, yeah, she's brilliant with it. So I hope everybody enjoyed that, the Food for Fighters series. But her series is called Stacy in the Kitchen. And like I said, there's levels to it. And like your dad was the greatest amateur boxer, Olympic great, the GOAT. She's that in the kitchen, man, without a doubt. So fortunately, that's why I get this slim, lean body during the pandemic, because she's taking care of me good. Like I'm taking care of all you guys in the school of boxing, so don't trip. I take care of all y'all boys. She's the brains behind the operation. It's obvious now. You can see I don't know nothing. But
I wish I would have got it before this quarantine.
Woo!
That quarantine 15 on easy.
Oh my gosh, that thing! I was punished, but I started dealing with anxiety, so I had to cut down my foods. I had to cut down, so it allowed me to go experience and clean my body out, and I felt fresh, man. But I'm not gonna hold everybody up. I'm gonna announce the winners. I didn't get a chance to do the fist dap because we just too busy. This has been too crazy. Everybody was late coming on the show, so things happen. But I'm gonna make sure you guys are. So the winners are Chris Martinez, my man Barry Suave, and Deb Zale. Yes, yes. Because Deb just answered too many. I said stand out. So make sure I get their contact information. All of you who are in the building. So look, before we go, we're gonna go ahead and just show all the people that's been. Look at her. Your mom still dropping answers. Yes, you win. She had to win all the prizes. I did just look at her. She is just tripping. But yeah, Dia, it was fun, man. We had a lot of good laughs, man, and some good trivia, and gave everybody an opportunity. I'm just popping some people on the screen and stuff. First time we did it in the studio. I never done that before, and so now you live. This is what it's like when we live, acting crazy and stuff. So, man, thanks for coming on. Send our blessings. Stacy was actually going to do a plug for Dustin's hot sauce, but they don't have any left in stock.
Dude, all sold out, man. It's amazing.
Yeah. So she was actually going to do some of the, one of the ingredients, and she was going to go ahead and do it and shoot a plug as well. And but it sounds like it's doing pretty good.
I got some in my cabinet, man.
Do you? Yeah, I know. Everybody talking about it. Everybody. Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to find something that you love. People out there, I'm telling you, find something. Your love for whatever you do, whether it's training people or fighting or a chef, or it doesn't matter. Find your thing and use that platform to build that thing. So that's one of the things that this is all about. And Dustin found his thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really going to stick, man. So send our love and our blessings, and we will get that hot sauce. We did the order, and so we just got to wait for it. but we'll be down there next week, man. I'll touch base once again. Man. Thank you for coming on the show, man. Be blessed at Godspeed.
Always an honor to be on. Thank you so
much.
much.
Man. Enjoy the Super Bowl, man. And who you picking?
Dude, I'll be honest with you, man. I have not followed football at all this season, man. I'm going to go with Brady, man.
Yeah, you're gonna go with Brady. Boy, you in Tampa and you're gonna go with Brady? Woo.
Gotta go with the GOAT, man.
Yeah. All right. Florida in the building still, though. That's what's up. Yeah, the GOAT. That's what I said at the beginning. You just don't go against the GOAT. But look, man, be blessed, man. I'll talk to you soon. Look forward to seeing you next week.
No doubt, man.
All right, champ. Peace.
You up.
You enjoyed the show?
Awesome. I loved the show.
Yeah, the popping show. Hey, we got it popping. Everybody's happy. We got an opportunity. I think Otis just kind of he was like, yo, I got to get ready for the game. And I wanted to get some conversation with Otis on because he played football. So I hope you guys heard the winners. Barry Suave, Chris Martinez, Deb Zell, all are winners. So you guys get to go on the shopping spree on our store, Halo. Help mom pick. I don't know. No, maybe Ted could pick the stuff. But our stuff is expensive. So you
I want to start picking.
You can pick. Yeah, definitely. It gives you some stuff to be playing with when you're at the crib too. So yeah. That's what it is, man. Very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the fight show, and I hope all of you are going to be safe, social distance, and try not to be in too big a crowd. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and continue to support the fight show. And once again, major shouts out to my brothers in TSOB. And I look forward to the ceremony at the end of the month, the graduating class of 2021. It's going to be lights out. So have fun. We're on schedule. We're almost right on time, man. We almost did it with all those late schedules. And you got to see that comedy. Oh my gosh, he is good. You'll love it. So
that's so hard to do. Mad props to him. I can't wait to check out.
It's so hard to do, but he's really that dude. He's really good and humble and got a good family, and you can just sell it. You can feel it off of him, man. So I hope you guys enjoy yourself. Stay tuned for the next fight show as we will be kicking it off in 2021 once again. Halo in the building. Yeah, we about to pop. Yes, we're about to have one of those Tom Brady Collins.
Yes,
for sure.
That's right. For sure.
Until
my
next
roommate
time.
is the favorite. Her favorite one is the Tom Brady
my gosh. Well, we're gonna have fun. Well, you got to get you some tiger nuts and do those things because the recipe. Everybody go up there and get that recipe. So all the things, it's like a crazy good recipe book. So enjoy it. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy the fights and enjoy the fight show. Until next time, we out of here. Peace.